Hello.
I'm about to push it again. Okay, well, hello. You are now listening to the Black Bougie Babes featuring Kevin B. How you doing, baby?
Hello. Happy Black Friday to you. What's up?
Happy Black Friday. Happy Bougie Black Friday.
Bougie
Okay.
Black
Hey,
Friday. Yes.
Bougie Black Friday. Hey, Maurice. How you doing, boo? You on early. You ready? Listen, we were having, not only was I trying to have some technical difficulty, my dog, Tucker S., he was stressing me out for a second. So I had to get him straight before we pushed record. But tonight Brandon is enjoying time with his family. And Johnny's is getting her braids in, honey. So she said she won't be
hmm
able to make it. So it's just me and Kev. How you doing, Kev?
Doing good. Pushing through. Tired, but I'm here. How about you?
Listen. Oh yeah, because it's busy season. It's busy season for you.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
It's the marathon. So
Yes. And Kevin's
how
not
was
gonna say what he does, I guess, because he don't want y'all to be hitting him up for the exclusives and sales and all the things that come with the job.
you can just say it's in fashion, that's all. But
He is in
how was your
Mhm.
Thanksgiving? Did you cook?
Yes, I did cook. It was by special request. Let me just tell y'all, if you are like in your 40s, early 40s, I'm gonna just speak for only the early 40s. Um, the days of cooking, baby. Listen, I'm just ready to just go out to eat. I love to cook. I appreciate, you know, the family who love me cooking, but I'm not gonna lie to y'all. It's a lot. Like I just feel like we live in a busy world. We're doing the most. And yeah, I made a few dishes. We went to my sister's house. Shout out to Sweet Tooth. And my brother was there, sisters-in-laws, everybody, brother-in-law Jerry. Thank y'all for hosting. It was a good time. And the kids were there. Turned up. Turned,
Of
baby.
course. Of course.
Shout out to my nieces and nephew. Turned, okay? Love them so much. But a sister is tired because I worked up until I worked Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, ran to get this hair done. It was crazy. So how was your Thanksgiving, baby?
I was working, so it was fine. I don't even think I had what did I have for, I had cereal and milk last night for dinner. That was my Thanksgiving dinner.
Say what?
Cause I was doing work thing. I had to finish payroll, so I was doing work things, and nobody in my family really cooks anymore. I know my siblings and I talked about getting together on a day that wasn't actually Thanksgiving to celebrate because people busy. But when I was done, which was maybe 7:30, it nothing was open, and I hadn't taken no meat out to make nothing, so I was just like, let me just eat this cereal and milk. Now, good thing is my cereal is back because it's holiday season. So for those of y'all who don't know, my favorite cereal only comes to once a year, and I am how many
Hmm.
boxes in? I try to buy 40 boxes around this time to cut because they only sell it during the holiday season. So I gotta buy enough to last me throughout the year. So I try to the goal is to get 40 boxes. I'm probably at 8 boxes right now. So
Okay, so I traditionally try to contribute one or two. So I'm gonna
mhm.
have to get on Amazon and hook you up. Can you? And what's the name of it again?
The name of the cereal is Sugar Cookie Toast Crunch. But let me tell you, and I might have to bleep it out when we push the episode. Something has happened because usually I can, there are stores that I go to specifically to get it from. Target. I have bought all the Sugar Cookie Toast Crunch that there is in all of the Targets in the Triad area. The closest
That's
one
the
now.
problem. That's the problem because you was
But
shopping
but
at
but
Target.
I literally only bought I literally only got like 2 boxes from each Target location. That's all they had. I just 2 days ago I just went to Kernersville and got the last 2 boxes that they had. So somebody is buying them up.
Yeah, they know what you like. So here we are. They were like,
Somebody is buying them
We
up.
know Kevin is wiping out every store in the Triad. Shout out to Greensboro, North Carolina, and beyond. You buying up all the sugar, but I go on Amazon to send you your drugs of choice.
Don't call it no drug. I don't know
Drugs.
if Amazon got it, but Walmart got it. Walmart definitely got it. So
And
I'm
we
a
boycotting Walmart too. Tell us in the comments. Are we boycotting
Who
Walmart
we
as
supposed to
well,
be
y'all?
boycotting? Who we supposed to be boycotting? Because Imma have to go to Walmart because that's our little holiday. My company that I work for, that's what they give us our little holiday, here you go. They give us a little turkey and give us our little Walmart
Target.
gift card.
We we
So
we 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 are we are boycotting Target. And who else, y'all? I feel like I gotta know these
I
things,
heard
and I
that
don't
we
know.
just for the Black Friday that we just not supposed to be buying anything. That's
Unless
what
it
I
is
heard. Unless
unless
it's black owned. Black
that's what
owned.
I heard too. But I feel like it's everybody. I've spoken to friends of different races. Everybody is trying to boycott in different ways. So with that being said, episode 128. Shout out to our boy Tony. I gotta follow up with Tony. Because his episode was quite crazy. The phone calls, the communication that I've been getting with regards to Tony has been crazy. On our Facebook like page, the comments, y'all showed out that week. It was crazy. So Tony was talking about the one who got away, and he was giving it like he was giving the real. He was telling it how he felt, and there was nothing we could do about it because it's just how he feels. And if you ever decide to come on the show, we're gonna let you tell your piece, and that's what he did. And it sent people into a stratosphere. I know for me, it made me think about people that I've had to run away from in the past. So when he was talking about the one who got away, I was thinking about the men I had to run away from in my life.
So you were the one that got away.
I
You don't
believe I
have a
am.
one that got away. You were the one who got away.
Yeah, I don't have anybody that I felt like got away from me.
Is this just one time, or it sound? You said men, so several times you're the one that got away.
I
You are
believe so.
the one. You are the one that got
I'm the
away. Is
it,
what you're telling.
baby.
You're telling the people that you are the one that got away.
And the only reason I say that, only reason I say this, because if I'm in a relationship, I'm gonna be the best that I can be. I'm gonna do my best, especially if I feel like it's worth it. So now that we're at this age, ladies and gentlemen, if you're gonna be in a relationship, make sure it's what you feel is best for you. You assess the situation, you say, okay, I'm gonna get to know this person and I'm gonna do it with my whole heart. And that's what I've always done. You know, I never had a roster while in a relationship or anything like that. So
Hmm.
when I did do my due diligence and date people, like if we are in a relationship, I'm gonna do my best to show up for it. But sometimes you get treated crazy in them relationships. So I had to leave. It's just that they weren't prepared for when I left.
There's nothing wrong with leaving
Yeah,
when
and
it's
you
the
gotta have
best
enough
thing for
strength to
you.
leave.
Hmm.
You ladies and gentlemen, you have enough strength to leave. That's how I feel. So I did. And I think the people that I was talking to, they weren't expecting me to leave. So
Have any of them ever told you that you're the one that got away, or you this is just in your mind you feel like you're the one that got away?
it always ended up being a conversation after the fact.
Okay, and how did that conversation go?
They was trying to run it back. I feel like I had one not even 6 months ago. And I was okay with the conversation because I did put my best foot forward. It was a very unique situation I have never been in before. Um, and I tried. And it was crazy. And he did allude to it being you the one who got away kind of vibes. But sometimes when they tell you that too, it'd be a lie. They just want you back in the fold. So you be the dummy all over again and shit. I was not gonna be that girl.
So how do you respond when they're telling you? I know you're saying they may just trying to be getting you back into the fold, but how do you respond to something like that when you're having these conversations with them and they say,
Yeah,
"Listen, I
thank
I, I was
you.
wrong. I was wrong." Oh, it's just a
Uh,
thank you.
Big Mo, I don't know what Mo put up a picture. I don't even know what this picture is. You got to tell us what's going on. Honestly, discernment. You seek the Lord. I was like, Lord, what is happening in this conversation? But 9 times out of 10, I would have gone through the Q&A of how to feel about that person in advance anyway. Like if they were to track back, how would I feel?
Does
And
it
with
give you any satisfaction to have those conversations?
no,
Like,
because it's just lets me know I made the right decision. But sometimes sometimes it has been emotional, like, wow, okay. I didn't know I felt that way about this person. I didn't know they felt that way about me. But hmm, it depends, you know.
but
So
doesn't make you feel better. That doesn't give you like a pat on the back that at least you got an apology or an acknowledgement or
yeah, sometimes it's like, you know what? Yes, I did. And sometimes, you know what I think that is amazing is when that person sits back and thinks, and they give you an assessment of yourself, and they're like, "Oh, you did this for me, you did that for me, and I appreciated this and that." And you're like, "Oh my gosh, I was waiting for that while we were talking."
mhm.
That's the reassurance of okay, here we are. But it's so late sometimes. You're like, okay, but dang. So you saw it while we were talking, or for the ladies and the gentlemen, it's okay for somebody to be introspective after the fact. Because sometimes you gotta leave. You just got to leave. And so when you leave, they see it. It's like once you're gone, they feel it. But that's why I always try to put my best foot forward while I'm in it. So that when I do realize I have to leave, I'm hurt by the situation, but I'm not missing anything because I did what I was supposed to do. And I just won't deal with no mess. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Deal with
But
no
I but I
mess. Yes.
I don't did know what no mess. But now it's some
Mhm.
gentlemen, because you asked me, do I have anybody that got away? Hi, Nico. Hey. Spinning the block is so disrespectful to me. Hi, baby. It's so interesting. That's a topic. It's a topic. Um, but yeah, people spin the block. I think when they realize you gotta go let them play, you gotta go let them play in the sand. Sometimes you gotta let people just go do what they want to do or
So they're wild oats.
and be who they really supposed to be with. Cause sometimes they like different than you. Cause I've been called bougie, but I feel like I'm cool as hell. You know what I'm saying? Like
You don't
we
wear
can have
that
a
as
good
a badge of honor, being
I
called
love
bougie?
being bougie,
Okay.
but I'm cool though. Like we have a
Mhm.
good time. Yes, do I keep my nails done? Yes, I try. My hair, she's on par. She's
Okay,
on point.
Regine. All right.
Do I
Mhm.
dress? Yeah. But do I have a good time and listen to all kinds of music? Let me tell you, if Lil Jon and Eastside Boys ever go on tour, front row, no VIP, because I can't be in the mosh pit. I be done still off on somebody who's stomping on me, but I would be in the crowd.
I want to be in the mosh pit.
I don't want to be in the mosh pit. Okay, one of the best nail and pedicures in Baltimore is writing us on Instagram. Sometimes when you remove the emotion and you have gained introspection, you can have a sincere conversation. Ooh, yeah, I hear
Agree.
you. I
Agree.
agree. I agree. I agree. Listen, I'm gonna need you to come over on YouTube and or even on Facebook. Come in my comments on Facebook and comment, "Hey boo." Yeah, he's one of the best. I want people to be able to see, be able to click on your page. So come on Facebook or something, so people can click on your page so they can see your spa skills. And he tattoos too. I might pop out and give me a little tiny something because you know my skin be sensitive.
A tattoo? Ain't you got that virgin skin? Don't you got?
Right?
Don't you? Don't you got that virgin
Well,
skin?
see, baby, I don't want a keloid.
We got keloids in my family too. Did it stop me?
I'm
Hell
scared.
no.
Oh, you say you have a lot to say. Shoot, we probably should have. I should probably send you a link and have you come on up here. Let me know if I need. You probably in the bed. You're probably in the bed, just sitting there, like, oh my god. Or we'll just bring you on for another episode. You just kill it in the comments for now. But yes, honey. So okay, so what about you, Cav? So one of the things that we did ask, I think we were not recording anymore. So episode 128 is the one that got away. And if you have not heard that episode, you can go on any podcast platform. Okay, he said he cleaning the salon. Okay. You go any podcast platform and wait, you said put you on another episode? Okay. But yes.
Yeah, come through.
So episode 128, he's talking about the one that got away, and it was crazy if they hear. Because he was telling it like it was. He was speaking from the heart, but his heart was just he had everybody in a tizzy. He said, "Put me on now." Let me see. But Kevin, go ahead and inbox me your hold on, baby. Hold on. Inbox me on Facebook your I'm trying. Are you on your phone, child? See, this is how we're gonna do tonight. We're gonna have people coming in from the comments. Text me if you're gonna join via your phone or your computer, because you're gonna have to give me your email or your phone number, and I'm gonna send you.
This gonna be like that time to that girl. What was that girl who was on there?
We had a situation some years ago. We had a situation with
some random girl just.
Okay, so you on your iPad. So inbox me your number.
Now, what were you asking?
Facebook. Okay, so you were saying to us that you had somebody who got away.
Yeah, I have a few. I said I had a few that got away. That's on 129. It's on. We did it on. The
we did talk about it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I feel like I have a. So what happens is sometimes you are not fully mature yet. So there are some situations, some missions that I had in college where I just wasn't.
Can you explain to the people what missions are? Because you did a lot of missions when we were in college. It was, food missions. People call them mission flex. That's how I gained about 20 pounds before I graduated.
It's just a figure of speech. No, we're not gonna blame that on me because I was eating.
Yes, I am. I had never eaten that much Chick-fil-A in my life.
But we was walking everywhere. Like
I was extra.
It was no reason. I was the skinniest I ever was there. But but anyway, back in college, I will just put it this way. I wasn't really serious about any connections that I was making. So when I say that I lack some maturity, I can be honest and say that I definitely did at that time. So There's somebody that I connected with. I I think it was either sophomore or junior year,
Oh, so you was
and
young. You was
yeah,
young.
yeah,
Okay.
it was young, and it was random. It was at a basketball game. Remember when we sat those basketball games in Corbett?
Where was
Uh,
that? You must
I
have went with
feel
another group of friends.
I feel like you might have been. No, I don't think you were
I'm
there.
offended. I'm
I don't
offended.
think you were there.
I'm
I don't
offended.
think why you offended? Like, because at that
Because
time, in reality, at that time, Corbett was literally right across the street from me, so it was nothing for me to walk over there. But
now, and for
yeah,
those who don't know what Corbett is, shout out to North Carolina A&T
it's a
State
gym. It's a
University.
gym.
It's
It's
the
the
big
gym
gym
that the
on
basketball game.
campus. It was the
Yeah.
big gym. Yes. Go ahead, baby.
So yeah, I'm not gonna be too specific, but met
I
somebody.
love it. Be specific. Be Pacific.
No. I'm not gonna be Pacific or Atlantic. I'm just gonna just give you some general things. But I met somebody, and I could tell that when somebody like you a little bit more than you like them, that's the type of situation it was. So I could tell that they were into me, but I just wasn't. Not that I wasn't into them at all. It just wasn't on the same level. And because I knew that, I just was not paying them any time of day. I really wasn't. And I did some
You
things that
was.
were, yeah, I was just
What did
playing
you do?
around. I remember I would be. I feel like I've talked with you about this before.
I
I
don't
would
think
be
so.
in the midst. We would be in the midst of some actions, and I would just stop in the middle of it just because I didn't tell you about that. I feel like I would just make an excuse and leave, and I just was being
What was that
immature.
about? What was that about, Kevin?
I just I felt like at the time that I was above. I felt like I could get away with it, so that's why I did it. It just was fun, I guess, at the time. But it really was not the nice or gentlemanly thing to do. And then fast forward, um, maybe did I see this person again in grad school or something like? I don't know. But fast forward to now, when I look back on it, I just am not really proud of that time. Like I just was doing a little outlandish things that I didn't need to be doing.
What?
I
So
wasn't.
so you ran into them in grad school and what happened?
Nothing. I mean, we still cool. I mean, but
Oh, they
I
still friends with you too? I would have
yeah,
I would have
yeah.
I would have got missing on you. I sure would have.
Yes, the romantic connection just kind of fizzled out, but yeah, most people I still remain, cordial with. But yeah, I didn't have to do it like that, and I felt bad about it. And every time I have seen, I'm not even just talking about grad school. Every time I have seen this person since, it has been, I have felt worse and worse about the way that I acted when I was in school, when I was in undergrad.
D-
So
okay, Daryl, I sent you a an inbox. Okay, who is C Kirk? Oh, well, thank you, Kirk. He over there saying how fine I am. Thank you. After this long day I've had too, I feel like I look crazy. Thank you, boo. He said, "Can I get to know you? I want to take you out and fly you to my city." Uh-oh.
okay, now
All
go
right,
ahead.
Kirk.
You can stop my
95.
story.
His name is C Kirk 95. Kirk, you was born in 1995. That means I still look young, Kev. I love this.
That's
This
great.
mug is this mug is holding on
That's great.
to
That's really, really great. Really great.
He said he was born in 1995. That's hey
Go
Kirk.
ahead
And
and
where you
shoot your
from,
shot.
Kirk?
Go ahead and
Kirk, I
shoot your
was
shot.
I'm 10 years older. Jesus be offended.
Let me why he doing all that? Let me ask you. Um,
I sent it
I
to
know
your
you was
email.
I know you
iCloud.
were
Yeah.
saying I know you were saying you don't have necessarily a one that got away, but I felt at one point that there was one person that I was really serious about in high school that I thought, you know, our young brains just feel like we have our whole life figured all the way out, and I just knew we even talked about, you know, after we basically, for lack of better words, sow our wild oats
Raw, your raw oats. That's what you was doing, babe.
that we gonna, you know, we just gonna get married and we're gonna have a non-traditional marriage. We still gonna do what the hell we want to do, and blah blah blah. Cut to um this individual who I'm still very, you know, I still maintain a solid relationship with, but this individual ended up I ended up seeing them. I feel like it was out of grad school. Maybe I had just graduated out of grad school, and they ended up coming to Greensboro, and we ended up hanging out and going to this club or something like that. And
Okay, Daryl is here.
you
Oh,
about to
I'm
bring
gonna
him to
let
the
you.
screen? Do I need
I'm
to
about
finish?
to.
I can wrap it
Okay.
up.
Erica Patrice,
Hey, how you
how you
doing?
doing? All right. What's up,
I
bro?
am good.
Kodak,
What's
Kodak,
up?
Kev.
What's up?
How you doing,
Hey,
sir?
Kevin is spilling some good stuff tonight because you know, I live for a Kevin story. Um, but
Oh,
he was giving us the. Oh, you want to pause? You want to pause?
I mean, I can wrap it up real quick, but all
Okay.
I was gonna say is I ran into this person a few years later. We went out and life had happened in between. And I was able to look at this person and say, oh, this is not gonna work. Like my young brain back then was thinking, oh, this is my person. But because
Yeah.
at one point, this person had went on, got married a couple of times now, had got married. I ended up going to the wedding and I really did feel like, oh, that was the one that got away. But
You
after
went to the
this,
wedding.
yeah. We don't need to get into any more detail.
I would love to talk about this
We'll talk
while
about it
we're off camera.
offline. Yeah, we'll talk about it offline. But I ended up going out with them later in life, having a night out with them, and I realized, you know, after some introspection and some time that it just wasn't it that she wasn't the one that got away. That I realized that she was never, you know, she was never gonna be mine anyway. She was, and at that time I felt like she was never gonna be anybody's, to be honest. Um, but she is. She's just not mine, and I realize it now.
Okay.
So I don't feel like
Okay.
it's the one that got away. I feel like it's just it wasn't meant to
It
be
was
anyway.
what it was.
Hmm.
Okay, baby. Okay.
Hmm.
I'm gonna make I put a pin in it so that we can address it after we get off or whatever.
Yeah.
Hi, Daryl. How you doing?
What's
What's
up,
happening?
Daryl?
Good. What's up, bro? How y'all doing?
Listen. Let me tell y'all about this man real quick. And thank you so much, Mr. C Kirk 95 on Instagram. He is buttering he is over there buttering a roll right now. Okay. And shout out to
Mhm.
my girl Rachel. Sorry, Instagrammers, I can't put y'all comments on the screen over here. But thank you, Mr. Kirk. I appreciate you. And thank you, Rachel. That's my boo, one of my bestie boos. So let me tell y'all about this gentleman
Hey,
who we have
Rachel.
on the screen with us, which is look, this is random tonight. We making it work. He has a business up in Baltimore. This Baltimore County, right? Is it technically the county?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
The,
And
the city
I
is only like not even a whole mile away, but technically it is the county.
yes, so I went and my AKA mentor, my boo, my Aggie sister, Trebby, she was like, listen, I'm gonna bring you over to my salon where I get everything done. And child, we was in there for a minute. We was doing it all. She was getting her nails done, and I got a pedicure. I got a chocolate pedicure. Do you still do those?
I do. It's still on the site. I'm trying to think. Is it
Wait a
hidden?
minute now. People wasting good chocolate and pouring it on people's feet.
It's not. It's not a waste, bro. I mean, some of it doesn't taste good. It's edible. It's edible, but it doesn't taste good. It's
it
like
was
chocolate products.
it was really good. And I actually still have the videos. I really could throw you a video. I really could because I saved them. The pedicure it smelled like chocolate. I think we had chocolate wine. It was
Mm-hmm. Chocolate covered strawberry. You gotta come back there. I've been trying to get you to
I
come back.
sure will. My life is crazy. Hey
I'm
Courtney, my
sure.
life no, like my life is crazy. So
Hey, Courtney.
I live now. I will say I do keep a gel pedicure. I keep a gel pedicure.
I put gel on feet. I don't call it that, but I put gel on feet. I got about 4 clients that wear gel on their feet.
What
Yeah,
you
I need
call
a
it?
gel.
It's just a gel color or gel color application. That's
So,
for like the chop shops and stuff. They got their own lingo, but
so what
I
about
just
the people who have
don't
a
use it.
disintegrated big nail? What do they got to put the
I can
SNS on their foot or something like that? Because usually I didn't have the SNS on my foot, but where they just build a nail
well,
for
I
you.
don't. I
Cause you,
mean, I do reconstruction. I don't necessarily recommend acrylic, but I
Yeah.
do nail reconstruction. And some people don't qualify for it. Now, people that's really adamant about it, I'll do it. But acrylic isn't always the healthiest thing. SNS is just a company. It's just dip acrylic. That's all
oh,
it is.
okay.
Listen, now you got the girlies in the comments.
Yeah.
Gel all day.
Signature Signature Nail Systems is the name of the company that kind of like revamped
Oh, that's what the
uh
SNS is.
dip acrylic. Yeah, it's just dip acrylic. Dip acrylic was popular back in the day. They just joined the realm of uh colored enhancements because a
Hmm.
lot of people did do nails with glue. It's basically glue or resin and acrylic,
Hmm.
and they use
Okay.
that as overlay.
Don't listen. Y'all about to get deep into it. Okay. When y'all and trust me, we will stick with it because I live for a gel petty. And then my girlies are in the comments saying they need a gel petty. So maybe I can grab, I will have to plan this in advance, grab my girl Rachel. And Courtney, you here in the DMV now, huh? Tell me in the comments. We'll have to have a day up there.
What's
Now,
up,
if I
Court?
bring
It's just
we
dip
have to come
acrylic.
up there. You come up there, get a little tiny
Yeah.
tattoo, and get a pedicure with the chocolate. Oh my
Or,
gosh.
or brows. I do the
Oh,
brows too.
the, and the brows.
Okay,
Yeah.
do they have
Um,
reconstruction for that? Like, what if the people don't have any? What if they got them
For brow,
burnt off
well,
and
no, that's permanent makeup. That's micro shading. You have micro blading,
microblading?
micro
Yeah.
shading. Blading is strokes. Well, I don't do
Hmm.
micro blading. I do nano blading, and the difference is you do it with the machine versus the handheld tool. It's an actual
Okay.
tattoo which just lasts longer, so you can get a combination brow, which is shading, along with hair strokes. You could do all hair strokes, or you could just do shading. And
okay.
that's just a form of tattooing as well. It's just the only difference is you use pigment instead of ink, and it's shallow. It doesn't go as deep as a traditional tattoo. That's what makes it semi-permanent.
Okay. Well, when
Got
Kevin
it.
come back, we're gonna have to get you have to get a new toenail and
You
some
don't have
eyebrows.
you don't have brows.
No, them things been burnt off from where were we
I've
at?
done
Don't even do
I've done brows for a couple of men before. I took a class called Brows for Bros. You use different technique, especially now. I've had a couple of guys that wanted it done, and they wanted their brows to look more like a woman's. But the two guys that I did, they wanted like just natural looking brows because they didn't have any.
okay.
Yeah, that's what we
We
got
we
going
all
on right
we
here.
all born
Yeah,
with different types of brows that look crazy. I might bring my
yeah.
sis up
But
there.
I could build you a toenail like all of that. But
You
yeah,
know,
but
you know
I've
what?
never not did gel on feet. I just don't really have people that get it.
I
That's all.
live for a
But
jail.
it's an
Okay.
option.
So, and shout out to Kirk. He said he is listening from Detroit. I've been to Detroit before. It was cool. It was cool. It was cool. Cool people. Um, we're here on the East Coast, but they on Eastern Standard Time. I didn't know that until I got there, and they right there, Canada. Yes,
Yeah, what
yes.
is like hour? I think it's like an hour difference or 2 hours,
I
something
didn't
like
think
that.
Thought
it
they
was an
was
hour
central.
difference.
They're not central.
Tell us,
Yeah,
Kirk, because
I thought they was true.
I don't believe we switched time zones when we were in Detroit. Or am I
Oh,
thinking
I
about?
don't know. I think it's an hour, but I'm not positive.
Uh-uh.
I've never been.
Uh-uh. Yeah, we did not. We did not. Kevin about to check. I was about to say Kevin about to check, but tell us, Kirk.
hmm.
I don't think I did. But okay, so you were in the comments talking. We done veered off about 10 minutes, but
So
mm-hmm.
so here's the thing. The last woman that I was in a relationship with, which we're still cool. We don't really talk much, but we had a lot of conversations that we should have had while we were together. But the thing is she's significantly younger than me, and it's a lot of life experiences that she didn't have. Um, and I think I really didn't have any business being in a relationship because I had some things that I had to get together. But I have had some women that got away because I had some growing up to do. It was, they had qualities that I couldn't appreciate at the time. I mean, I didn't mess over them or anything, but eventually those things, the relationship just kind of dissipated because it was some stuff, and it's even like now because I'm still friends with some of the women that I've dated, and we have like conversations now with one young lady. She was like, I really didn't have my stuff together like you thought I did. Like I felt like I had to step my game up to deal with you, and I was like, wow. So to hear
Okay.
that, and that's not the first time I heard it. This is the thing. My problem is whenever I meet a woman, I'm too good to be true, nothing short of amazing. They waiting for something to um happen, or they want to protect me from them. And my latest prospect just told me the other day, she was like, I'm not for everybody. And I'm like, stay off of social media, because that's this cliche that you just hear people say. And where I do believe in intrinsic connections, if you have a connection and you have commonalities and mutual interests and mutual standards or principles, just like anything, you got to cultivate that relationship. You just don't show up and be like, oh, I'm the perfect person for you. You got to have dialogue. What's your love language, or see what they do in certain situations, and you begin to
Right.
match. And over a period of time, you build those things. You just, so to say something like, I'm not for everybody, like I'm not wired like that. I don't think like that. I don't talk like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think that,
Okay.
oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Okay. So I mean, you was giving it to us in the comments on Instagram. So there
Yeah,
we don't
I
plugged
like to talk. So I'm
we
like,
don't plugged
yeah,
him.
put me in, coach.
He said not that he gonna kill it in the comments. He said he wanted to come on the stage, and
It's
we
too much to talk,
appreciate you
too
for
much to
coming up.
text.
It's okay. And you still in the shop too. Like, Lord have mercy.
Yeah, after my last person, I fell asleep, and then I started cleaning up, and I realized I never released my Black Friday stuff. I was all over the place. I'm a night person anyway. This is my time of day.
Okay. And you getting some love in the comments. My girl Rachel said, okay, thanks. I
What's
understand
up, Ray?
vulnerability. You're going to go far in life and love. Yes.
Oh
That's my
yeah,
girl Rachel.
I'm definitely a love.
Sometimes you just don't be ready. This is shout out to Bree. Um, there was a song that we used to listen to by Marcus Houston called "I Wasn't Ready," and I know it from top to bottom. Sometimes you just don't be ready. That was my situation
Man,
back in
pull it
college. I
up.
just wasn't ready for nothing.
Yeah.
I really wasn't.
And
It
sometimes you
was
don't know.
hmm
You got to grow up. I think
until after the fact.
I cut you off. I'm sorry. It's your show.
Nah,
You
you
cut.
good. You good. You good.
Nah, it's just, I think each encounter, people say it failed, and I'm like, it didn't work out, but it's what you take from it. You learn from every encounter that you have, and it builds you for the next phase or the next situation, and they become building blocks. And it's like, I think a lot of times people use the word, um what's the word I'm looking for? Shoot, it's on the tip of my tongue. But you have to get to the point where you value things. Valuing something, and that dang word I'm looking for. What's the other word that's like value, but I don't know why it's not coming to me.
Appreciate.
Appreciate.
Okay.
There's a
Mhm.
difference between appreciating something or someone and valuing them. And sometimes when you don't have to go through things, it's just like I tell my sons, like they gotta work for it. If I just give you everything, because I had a homeboy that I grew up with. He was real spoiled, and we used to envy him. Christmas time looked like, y'all probably not this old, but Christmas time used to look like Charlie Rudolph's and Robert C. Richards in his living room. Like they bought him everything. It just looked like a department store. And he wound up going to prison for most of his adult life. And I don't want that for them. So it's like, if you don't have to work for something, then yeah, you might appreciate it, but to like value
it, yeah.
a solid woman, y'all gonna laugh. But one of my questions now is, would you wipe my ass? And I asked it to my last friend, but I was joking, but I was so serious because I'm 50.
Yes.
So it's
how old you think we are there?
I know y'all a little bit younger than me. Cause you what? Like you like 38, right? You younger than 38? You're not older.
I'm 40. I'm on my way to 41.
Yeah, we 40.
Really? Oh, okay. Well, I'm just a little bit older than y'all.
Yeah. You know what? The 50 demographic is coming in the scope. I never thought, I keep forgetting I'm getting older. Therefore, my demographic of dating will be different. And the 50 Psalms has shown up. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good entry question that he asked. Would you wipe my ass?
I think that is a critical. I think that is a critical question because we're all meeting this piece of life where life is. First of all, life is going life anyway. But now you're talking about 50, 45, 40, anything could happen. And if somebody really likes you, they're going to have to, when times get rough, you get sick,
Right. That's real.
Can you show up to say,
they're going to have to see you at your work. They're going to have to see you in some places where that only your siblings then see you. The only people who have wiped me before.
See, here's the thing. In 2017, I was in a relationship and I wound up in a hospital and I couldn't really do for myself. Now, she didn't have to actually wipe my butt, but I thought about all of those aesthetically beautiful women who were really prissy or who wouldn't have done anything like that. Like this girl bust her tail while I was in the hospital. I mean, physically, financially, all of that. She stepped up. And that changed my perspective on a lot of things because everybody don't do that. That's a different level of love. And we in a relationship, we're not even married. But the commitment that girl had, and I mean, she would run I couldn't walk. She would run home, make sure I was good. I mean, she would leave stuff out in the morning. She would set stuff up around me, my pills, my water, my piss bucket, all of that. She just made sure I was good. And that really changed my perspective.
So where's she at now?
I didn't say it like that. Now she has a kid. So very long story short, we were living together. We were working together. And for me, that was a conflict of interest. But like I said, she had some growing up to do. And I knew that she...
Yes, fraternizing at the job.
Well, we actually had gotten a salon together, but that was more so... Okay. That was more so out of necessity.
Okay.
But I knew that she wanted children, and we just had a lot of conflicting things that, it just...
Now hold on.
It was rough.
Now hold on. I gotta ask.
Sidebar: Bowie is on my bucket list.
For a salon?
No.
Oh, to live?
No. Don't you live in Bowie?
I do.
Yeah, that's on my bucket list. But I digress.
What happened tonight?
I was trying to be a little subtle.
Oh my gosh. What is happening tonight? It's a lot going on. Okay, because I was about to say, oh, you open it.
See, I always felt like that. I be talking a little trash to Travis, but I ain't want to bring that here.
Oh my goodness. You done bring it to the
yeah, see, I'm down in Detroit. You gotta hop on a plane, so I ain't even hating on a brother, but
yeah, I'm just over here
down the road.
Okay, I was about to be very excited and tell all the girlies oh, Daryl, get him a salon here. Okay, I hear what you're saying. I'm picking up
personal. I'm sorry.
What you
one of them shameless plugs.
I'm picking up what you putting down. Dang, I forgot what I was gonna say. Hey, Manaya. Shout out to Manaya. I was just out with her and my friend Gary tonight for dinner. Thank you for joining, baby girl. Yeah, I missed it because I was hyped. I was getting hyped. Like, ooh.
Yeah, we was having 2 conversations.
Yes, we were. And I was, Kevin, I don't know if I was by myself. I was over here like, ooh, he coming to
But
do
what were you about to ask me? You was about to ask me something before I threw that.
Yes. So what I was gonna ask you was, so with the last woman, you mentioned children. Did it not work because you didn't want kids?
Well, no, that was in the back of my mind. I knew. So this is the thing. She rededicated her life to Christ, and she no longer wanted to participate in the adult. And even her pastor told her, like, you can't do that. So she cut off the pipeline. She ripped up my season tickets. But then, other things were happening. See, I ain't trying to get real deep, but there is a spiritual part of sex that a lot of people don't know. And it's like, once you cut that breaks, especially if you're already having issues, you cut those spiritual ties as well. And we were already kind of like having issues, but fast forward, because I'm gonna give you my whole life story. We split. I got another place, and eventually like COVID hit, and then my mother and like 13 other people passed. So it was like I was grieving, and then I was taking care of my father.
Okay.
And she had a child, and everybody was like, not Miss Holier Than Thou, and went and had a baby. I never looked at her or judged her like that, but I do know that that's something that she wanted, and at that time, that would have been a lot of pressure for me to have a child.
Okay.
Financially, so that was just one of the things that made it a little easier. But I mean, there was a point when I thought that we would reconcile. But I had like I think I got like 10 years on her. And that doesn't always mean anything. It's maturity.
I will say,
I've met some immature 50-year-olds.
Yeah, I've
definitely maturity.
40-year-olds.
I've dealt with that. I've dealt with that because I don't have any children, and I've dealt with it. I'm up here clearing up space in StreamYard because I feel like we're gonna hit our mark right here. But I did talk to somebody who wasn't even your age at that time. He's on his way. He's right at 50, but he didn't want any more children, and it was a very difficult engagement. But initially, he said he was willing to have kids. We were talking about kids' names. We were doing all those things. And just one day he was like, nah, I'm good. And I said, no, it's fine. You take care of yourself.
That's why you got to make sure before you get on 301, 97, or 450 that you're okay with that.
Oh, my
Whatever
God.
route you take to Bowie.
Yeah, I mean,
that one number 450 or something like that?
Yeah, I mean, he knew. He knew. I said something. I started out the gate saying I want to have kids. I said, "You okay, Kevin?"
This is my perspective. I'm sorry. Were you finished?
Oh yes, go ahead.
I think, and for me, I've gotten to a point where, so even like after her, I abstained from sex. Like I dated a couple women, but it just didn't quite go anywhere because, like I said, I was grieving and I had to make a contract with myself.
Okay.
Because I talk to women all the time. Like I take heed to the things, or I listen to the things that they're saying. And I'm like, I'm at a point where unless I can come correct, I don't want to come at all.
Oh.
So that's why I said, like, I talk about bucket lists and stuff like that. It's like, I want to have certain things in place because sometimes, you might meet somebody and things accelerate. And I don't want it to be, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to be perfect. But there are just certain things or certain standards that I have for myself before I'll consider, pursuing something more serious because at 50, dating has a purpose. I'm not just trying to walk you to your locker and hang out on the weekend and go to the movies. Like, I'm not saying I'm a meet you. I'm not saying when I first meet you, oh, you're gonna be my wife, but that's the end game.
Yes, I
So
agree.
and it's tough because sometimes it get lonely out here.
It
But
do,
that's
but
that me.
sometimes I'm okay with being by myself if I know that it's not gonna be any drama. Like I'd rather be at peace. But I do understand that you're like, okay, it's Friday. I want to go out. I want to, blah blah blah. But it's crazy out here.
Oh,
It's
I
crazy.
know.
That it
Oh,
is.
and is the thing is a lot of people not good with themselves. I'm not saying you gotta take years like I did. Yeah, see, dating for a purpose. Don't look at me.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
I'm a selfless lover, and it's more about you than it is about me. However, dating and relationships is a cycle. It's reciprocity. I look at it like two gears. One two fits in the groove, and so on and so forth, and one spins and the other spins, and as long as those two grooves are moving, then you know that cycle is being repeated. So a lot of times people go into a relationship with a void, and as long as that person is stimulating something that should have been corrected before a relationship, they start having animosity and resentment towards the other party because they are no longer stimulating them. But you have to correct some things before you get into a relationship. That person can't fulfill certain things, and if they do, it's temporary. And a lot of times that's why things don't last.
Yeah, that's true too. That's very true. That is true. Kevin, what you gotta say? Because you got all quiet.
Oh, I ain't got to say nothing. I agree with what he's saying.
It's real. And I don't know if you keep up with um I don't know if you keep up with like Real Housewives of Atlanta and Kandi
I used
and
to have to
Todd.
be subject to it.
Um,
I said I
Said
used to
against
have to
his
be
will.
subject to it, but I don't really.
okay, so Kandi, I know you know who Kandi Burris is.
Yeah, she's nice to look at sometimes. What
Well,
I'm just saying.
she's divorcing her husband.
Again,
Okay.
Oh, good
Well,
segue. Good segue,
I
man.
thought they broke up before.
I don't
If that's
know.
true, it hasn't. I don't think it's been official, and I don't think it's been made public or
Oh,
official
okay. No, I did.
until recently.
I haven't heard that. I saw it on like social media that they were getting a divorce.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm really sad about it because I love beautiful relationships, the marriages. Like I think that is healthy for us to see. My parents have been together forever. I know Kevin's parents have been together forever, and so we see
Wait, y'all
that.
got parents?
Yes.
That's dope. I'm sorry,
Yes.
I don't meet
Yeah.
a lot of those. Like, that's a rarely where I come from.
Yeah, we got
It
parents.
it
Thank
it is.
God.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
It's
still
a
go
rarity here
together?
too. So
My
yes,
parents
that
still
that is
together.
very rare. Yeah, parents still together.
Yeah, that's
Hmm.
cool.
Yeah, they still
Hmm.
together. My parents are how old am I? They were 41 years. I
I was
gotta
about to say
Same
41.
with me. I feel no, mine are 42. I think mine are 42, but yeah.
hmm Yeah.
That's beautiful though. And that and
Hmm.
sometimes that is a question that I ask because not that by default people who have both parents, but I mean the epitome of love, and they've seen real marital issues and relational issues because that can help build character.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
I was
And
telling, I'm sorry, go ahead.
no, it's okay because I believe my parents still being together is a blessing. But
Mhm.
for my dating life, it has been almost a nightmare because I've had to realize that not everybody experienced the same kind of love in their life.
Hmm.
So it's almost like what I'm looking for
It's a
But
unicorn
so you, but
almost.
so you also have to, you
Hmm.
also have to remember that it took them that amount of time to get to where they are. You probably didn't see some of the things that happened in the back office and HR and stuff like that,
And
but
they've
I'm sure
been,
it's created a space.
they showed me what compromise look like,
Mhm.
how to make up, how to communicate, um, all of the above. It's just been a true blessing. But when it got down to dating for me, I'm thinking, oh, well, while we're auntie, I'm gonna be found by my husband because they met in college and all that kind of stuff. Child.
But see,
Did
also
you see that from
you
them?
gotta.
Did they? Because I don't think I saw the dating from my parents. I saw them. I don't know them dating each other. I know them married, but I don't know
They
them.
talked about it. They talked about, but they talked about college, but it wasn't like, oh, fa la 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 la. No, they were two different schools. Daddy was at A&T, mom was at Shaw, baby. And so they were like two different worlds. But, even
So
like
they're
my godparents,
forthcoming with you about it because I
yeah,
feel
my God,
like I
yeah.
feel like it's pulling teeth when I ask my parents about how they got together, and I feel like I have to piece together stories from other family members about how they came together.
They met
So
at the club in Charlotte. In the club. In
Oh
the
wow.
club. And so I'm like, okay, they really live life. And nowadays, my eyes are open, but because of their union and how they communicate and how they do business.
you got high expectations.
Right. But people also lack emotional intelligence and emotional awareness. So
She
you can
says that
Mhm.
have
all
all
the
of those.
time.
Yeah, you can have all of those things, but
Yeah.
you could. The whole thing is you got to be good with yourself. You
Yeah.
have to be in love with you. You got to be emotionally mature, emotionally aware. You have to have dug up some childhood traumas, and it's a lot. That's why I said a lot of people go into relationships with those voids, and there's nothing wrong with having that standard because you've had that example. But it's just you may be looking for it from the wrong people,
Mhm.
Right.
and that doesn't mean that. Oh, Courtney asked you a question.
You can go ahead. I'm gonna get to it. Go
Oh,
ahead.
but that doesn't mean that just because you had that standard that you can't reach that with someone, but they gotta have some things in place. And
Yeah.
at this point in life, don't nobody. Well, I can't speak for other people. I don't really want to start from scratch. I need for you to have done some work.
Hmm.
Sidebar. A friend of mine was asking me about therapy, and I
Okay.
said therapy for me in the beginning it's like going to the cemetery and seeing your name on a headstone and then you have to dig and you don't know what's going to be at the bottom of that grave because you have to exhume old variations of yourself from the grave,
You got to
solve the
dig up
cold
all this
case,
shit. Hmm.
right, so that you can bury it, and it could
Yeah.
be painful, but it's like it happened that day before. I talk to variations of little Daryls all the time.
Yeah.
I'm 50 years old, and there's still some things that I yearn for from my father that he took when he passed away. And there was some things that I know that I would have never gotten, and I'm definitely not getting them now. But it's like you got to reconcile with that on your own. Sometimes, even if the person is still here. And I'm
Hmm.
just saying all that to say that, like, when people don't do things like that, they rely on the other party to help fix
To
them, and
fix
that's
them.
not how
Yeah.
that works.
Yeah. And that's true.
So as I said, I don't want to start from scratch no more. You know what? Go ahead. Because I took some time. I took 7 years. I mean, like I said, it was death and a lot of other things in between. But I took 7 years to say, you know what? I'm going to make this contract with myself and I'm going to figure some things out and correct some things and amend some behaviors.
And that's good. That's valuable. I think that that's great because some people they don't want to do the work. They don't want to get in there and start scratching the surfaces.
From person to person because they codependent and a whole bunch of other stuff.
Okay.
I don't
Well,
want to
good.
shop at the department store no more. I want to go to the boutique. I don't want
Well,
no more
That's
scratching
right.
themselves
Look, Kevin said, "Wait a minute now, hey."
Yeah, I don't want finance nothing. I want that one right there. You ain't even gotta box it up. I want that one right there. You pull a card up.
Listen, hey, listen, you gotta go for what you want. Okay, so Courtney said, "Does your parents' union put pressure on you, Erica?" Honey, let me tell you, no, because I feel like maybe at one time it did. When I was like in my 20s, because I was like, well, my parents got married in their 20s. Why aren't I married? But what I never did was to settle and just say, well, I'm gonna just make something work with somebody because I'm supposed to be married right now. No.
They never pressured you to do that either, did they?
No.
Okay.
My parents were very much like, you know what, Erica, we're very proud that you are driven and you want to do certain things. Like, 'cause, as soon as we graduated from college, I got a job and then I started modeling. I was not playing. I was wanting to do everything I've wanted to do. I've always been the type that's like, if it's something I really want to do, I'm gonna work hard for it. I'm gonna go for it. And in the midst of it, I will make time for who I want to date or whatever. But and my siblings are married. They have kids and stuff now. I love it. I love the babies. I love the spouses. But, I'm never sitting there like, why not me? It's more like, okay, no, because I want to make sure that when I have my plus one, it makes sense and
You
we're
want to do it
happy.
right.
Yeah, I don't want to be stressed. I don't want to lie to myself, lie to them. Like, no, it has to make sense. And so the situations that I've been in it wasn't long-term worthy. So to answer your question, Courtney, no, their relationship is inspiring. However, I just gotta take my time because it's a whole lot of people out here, and I just protect my peace in my space.
Sound like they realize that you got your own path too. So
yeah.
Have you ever been called intimidating?
Have I been called intimidating?
Mm-hmm. I know you have, but I just want to hear what you said.
To your face, have you been called intimidating?
I mean, but it depends on you talking about for men.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because I've been hearing it from women.
Really?
I mean, them too, but sometimes when people, but see, a woman's perspective might be different. The intimidation
in what way? I'm curious.
As far as a woman saying that she's intimidating, that's something that they could see from the outside, that these guys that won't approach her or the way that they approach her, it's some things that they may be lacking and they might have preconceived notions about her. But then a man might say, oh, you seem like you got your stuff together, so you're a little intimidating. But those are preconceived notions, I think.
Yeah, it's I think people need to take the time to get to know me. That's the thing. They do assessments from afar, but they don't get to know me. If you don't take the time to get to know me,
you can't be intimidated by somebody with high cheekbones. Like, it's just
damn.
I'm sorry.
I mean, it gets interesting, but for men, it's been a lot of different things that have been said. Now, when it comes to intimidating, let me see what Rachel wrote. Because see, Rachel is taller than me. What is it, Erica? We are the needle in the haystack. Find me. Don't give up, dear future husband. Hey, okay.
They will, Rachel. They will.
Hey, and Rachel's taller than me, baby. Check her out on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok.
I forgot how tall are you?
How tall are you?
5'10".
Me?
So you have to be or dirt.
Remember that.
Both of y'all.
You know how tall you? I'm 6'4".
And then my boo Rachel. Rachel about 6. You about 6 feet, right, Rachel?
Rachel bigger than me?
Rachel taller, not bigger, baby.
I mean taller. Yeah.
men say bigger. Let me tell you,
I do say bigger because
men
I feel like
say bigger.
I feel like if I'm looking
use that in the place of stature.
Yeah, I feel like if I'm looking up at somebody, I am immediately intimidated if somebody is taller than me. I'm 5'11" too, Rachel.
5'11".
Yeah. So I mean, it's it is what it is, but I think the intimidating comment can be a lot because I'll be like, well, why? Now, if it's women, it's usually in a space of it's in the sorority world, it's getting out of hand, stuff is a little mess, and I have to put on I don't play that hat, and it can get real.
Socially is what with women, is that what they're saying?
Yes, I'm
Socially or
still cool.
professionally?
I'm still cool. I don't raise my voice, but I'm direct, and so it can be a lot. So if I make eye contact with people, it never goes well. And I do eye contact all the time. All
Can
the
we see the
time.
face? Can we see the face?
What face?
The
The
face
face
that
that
she
you,
gives when she
yeah,
do eye
the
contact. Go
victim
ahead and give
image.
them that Padroni face.
Yeah,
Go
give
ahead.
us
Whatever,
give us the
Kevin.
victim image.
No, I don't do that. I mean, it's just bam.
That's your
It
picture,
is
Victoria.
what it is. It's just
Yeah,
direct.
I see that's an
That
unfair
comes
assessment.
from your upbringing too. That comes from being the oldest too. Sometimes you just gotta take shit head on. You just what what do
You
you
See,
want?
just you
I
just
hate those preconceived notions, and it's
correct.
like you got a prejudice before you even get to know me. Like I've met women before, they just look at me. Oh, I know you're a whore, huh? What?
Now I have said that to people. I'm not
So
gonna lie.
this is the thing. People who have notions about you, that's their loss. You know,
Right.
that's
Right.
To me, it
I
means
don't
that they're
even
lacking.
because I don't even waste time trying to prove anybody wrong or to disprove what they may think about. That's their loss.
Mhm. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, they don't get it. They don't get it at all. Like I'm
Yeah.
like, I've been a vegetarian, vegan slash semi-vegetarian. I write poetry. Like what?
Everybody's different.
Like, I don't do none of
Assumptions
the
are killers.
quote unquote masculine things.
Yeah, but assumptions are killers. That's not the vibes. But I know I initially was asking, did y'all know about Kandi and Todd? That hurts me because I love that they seem like a driven couple. Like they did business together. They were just making the money together. They were having kids together. They had a blended family together. But her mom and them, her aunties, did not like Todd. That is the
Mhm.
worst. Yo, that is the worst ever. Is when your family don't like who you date.
Right. And they
Mama Joyce.
influential.
That's
You gotta have
horrible
a
when your
mind of
family
your
don't like
own.
them.
Can't nobody tell Mama Joyce Mama Joyce this week right here. Mama Joyce wins again. That's all I could say.
I mean, that is the
Mama Joyce
worst
Mama
when your
Joyce been right
family
about
is
every
right.
damn body. Mama Joyce has been right about every Mama Joyce ain't like nobody that Candy been with. She ain't like the first man, and then he died at the club, and then she ain't like
Oh man.
Todd, and she didn't like. She was arguing with Todd mom. Then Todd mom
Mom,
died. I was like,
dad.
Lord, Mama Joyce didn't kill up my Todd mom, and now Mama Joyce probably sitting over there with her feet up in the chair, like I told you so good. I didn't
But
just
I
tell
hate
you.
that. But where's Mama Joyce's man? That's my only issue. Her and her sister sit back and talk about Kandi and who she dating and her happiness. But where her boo at?
Because
That's why I be.
sometimes some women or some mothers, they live vicariously through their children, and some of that hate and disappointment, it spews over into their children's lives. Now it doesn't take away from maternal instinct and feminine intuition, but there was just a line that you don't cross, or it's like they can't distinguish between the two, and you got to kind of like be able to mitigate. Is this my mother's own personal vendetta against men, or is this my maternal instinct kicking in? Because I've never met a parent that didn't want the best for their children, no matter how old they
Oh,
are.
wait a minute.
However,
It's some. There are some that don't want the best for their kids.
Oh no, I just never met. I don't disagree with you. I just never met one. I'm sure they out there.
It's
I'm
some
sure
that they want the best for their kids, unless it's better than them. Then they have a problem
That's
with it.
rough. That's rough. I mean, I think that's tremendously rough. But yeah, I feel
she
bad. But
probably no.
Kevin was giving me the update on it, but I was really sad about that. Because I said, yo, but I saw a post where it says they were at a basketball game with each other last night. So it's I think it's a bit premature to comment on other people. First of all, I hate having a comment on other people's relationship
Well,
because they might make up.
when the papers are filed, it's not premature. But let me ask you this, because you said that you're sad. Are you? Is it? Do we need to be sad? Because if that's what somebody needs to do,
Yeah,
if they feel like they are not happy in their situation,
yeah.
do we need to mourn the couple as a lot? Like, I ultimately I want people to be happy. If y'all not happy together with each other, then do what you got to do.
Absolutely. Well, I told you I saw her interview, and she's like, "Oh, I cry and I do this and that." And I guess she's working through a normal breakup. You're gonna be upset and things of that nature. But it is sad because I feel like we have more examples of failure than we do success, and I feel like that has impacted the world where like the kids that are younger than us, they look at relationships so crazy. Um, they're like, what's commitment? And why would I want to be committed? I want to be a sexy red or
Well,
whatever
you
else is
mean
out
so you
here,
must
but
mean in the limelight, because
in the limelight,
us too, for example, we have examples of success.
we do.
We
We
have
do.
examples. Now it is
We do.
rare, but we have examples of success. That
Yes.
I don't feel like we need to be looking at the limelight for what I feel like anything that's in the limelight is going to be the outlier. It's not going to be the example of what you should follow. That could be something very non-traditional. So the
I
things that
think
we need to look to. Go ahead.
it's important though because a lot of the children have social media, young adults have social media, and they're looking at what's happening in the world. Like what we used to do was watch the news, or we used to watch Sally Jesse Raphael, or we used to watch, we used to our visibility.
Definitely the news.
Yeah, so I showed my age with that one, didn't I? Sally
Definitely
Jesse
the
Raphael.
news.
And we had a
What you did? That
news.
was a little before my time. What you know about that?
I do. I had me some
We
red
were
glasses, and
watching it.
everybody called me Sally Jesse
Mhm.
Raphael, and I said, "Yeah, yeah."
Oh
But
man.
but we had, but at least with these talk shows, the consumption of it was but so much, and then you
So
had
you
Oprah.
mean so you
So
mean
it's
the limelight
consumption.
or social media is the barometer of the public pulse at this point?
Yes, because this is what people are seeing. So people go to social media. They try to live through what they see online and social media and things of that nature. So if you're seeing Russell Wilson catch a L because he loves Sierra so much, and they say, "Oh, he's a simp and he's a this and he's a that," and then you have one of these rappers, him and his one, what is it? What is it? What is this name?
Blueface?
Rick
What are you talking
Ross.
about?
You got Rick Ross.
Hmm.
He got a new boo every year that he fall in love with. And so people attach themselves to what they see on social media. And so the having the wherewithal in our age group is to look at what's happening in our community versus people who are a little bit younger than us, who really grew up on social media, who maybe didn't have parents that talked to them. They think this stuff that's happening on TV and on these shows is real. Like, yeah, what's his name? You just said Blueface is out of
Hmm.
prison, and him and Chris Sean. I mean, they
Yeah, it's
watching it.
crazy.
Yeah,
And see, I
they
think
watching it.
another thing is like for me, it's just disheartening to see another black couple dissolve their marriage.
Right.
I mean, take away all of that other stuff. Like that's because I mean, like me, I'm in love with love, and I'm big on relationships, marriage, and stuff like that. So to see, I mean, it could be the people next door.
Mm-hmm.
If their marriage doesn't work out, like for me, it's a little disheartening. Um, and even though my parents were together until I was about 7, maybe going on 8, I still remember some of that. And my mother spoke highly of my father, so it's and then some things are inherent, some things are innate. But I did, for a brief moment, get to see a married couple. So, and unfortunately, some people, a healthy one anyway. Well, at least I saw the healthy stuff. Because back then, that's when you kept certain things. You went in the room to iron out your discrepancies or argue or whatever. It's just certain things you didn't do in front of your children.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. And now you got reality TV and it's crazy and
Yeah,
you
that's
got
not
the
really
baddies,
reality.
the hotties, the baddies, these. I mean, it's a lot, and it's depending on if somebody's talking to you in the background, you're gonna think it's normal.
Hmm.
They think it's
Especially
normal,
if
and
you don't have anything to compare it to.
yeah, it's a mess. And then also you see Porsha got a new boo from Real Housewives of Atlanta. I was telling Kevin today.
She got married to the African dude that was dating her girlfriend or something.
Yeah.
I don't know much, but I get like snippets of
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
I'm
So
around people that follow that stuff.
yeah. So
Yeah.
so so the thing is, Portia is. I will give her this. She gonna pursue, her happy. She's in pursuit of her happiness, wherever that
Most
may
likely.
be. Damn what y'all think of her. So I will
Yeah,
give
she
her
don't
that.
care. She
I will
don't
give
care.
her that. I
And you
was
right.
I do wanna go back to what you were saying, what Darrell was saying too, about because it made me think about a conversation that I had with another friend of mine who is a child of divorce. And I want to ask you, Erica, if your parents were not happy and you could tell growing up in your household, would you have wanted them to get a divorce or would you have wanted them to stay together?
I would be devastated if they try to get divorced because I think they have way more good than they do bad. And then when they have days where they do a little bicker, it don't last long. It don't last long at all. You know what I'm saying? It does not last long. So if
I
they
know,
was
I know, I know that now. I know seeing the good now, but I'm saying if they weren't
no,
in a
even
good place.
as a
It,
kid, I
okay,
could clear because me being the eldest, and I was just in the mix. Okay, I was in the mix. So if they was depending on the conversation they had, I'm standing next to the door looking at them like, what we talk.
and they probably should have been standing next to the door like you need to mind your
Oh,
own damn business.
my daddy said, you better get your big ass back in the room. I'm like, what are y'all talking about here? I mean, I know they was done with me. I was, they young and I'm young. I'm thinking I'm somebody. I was a lot. But yeah, they just got working out. And even at that age, I was like,
Hmm.
y'all need to talk about it. And they be like, Erica, sit down somewhere.
I don't know
Even
if I
though,
share the same. I don't share the same opinion. I got in an argument with this other person that I was talking about because we were talking about some housewife couple. It wasn't Candy, it was a while ago, but it's some other couple. I think Kyle and Mauricio not being together no more. And she was just like, they got kids and blah, blah. And I was like, but them kids are grown. Like it ain't like they got little kids. Their kids are like the youngest is maybe 16, 17 years old. And I was like, to be honest, if my parents, because I come from parents that are married, if they were not happy with each other, I would want them to be happy, genuinely. So don't stay together for my sake. If your happiness is not, if you are genuinely miserable with the other person, y'all not gonna be happy with each other. Don't stay together just for me. That's my opinion. Don't stay together for the kids for me. I don't feel like that.
I think as kids, you gotta have a discernment to be able to understand what that is. I think a lot of adults don't even give you that much energy for you to be able to decipher what that is. You know what I'm saying? Like what you're saying is you in it knee deep. You got some thoughts about it, but like me, I would just insert myself into certain conversations. It'd be late at night, and I'd be like,
Me? But what about me?
I was like, y'all, what y'all doing in here? And they would be like, Erica, go take your So what were you
but see,
saying,
even
Daryl?
though
I'm
I
sorry.
was young, when my mother left my father, and they always say how close I was with my father when I was young. Cause it'd be like, where are you? I used to ask my mother, where are you in all the pictures? I was the one that was taking the pictures. You was always on your father. But even though I was very young, that was traumatizing for my mother to leave my father. Like I remember dude was sitting in the middle of an empty townhouse in his recliner with a like 13-inch television on top of a crate with a plate of food. He was like, she ain't even leave me no fork to eat the food. But I remember that. But see, like I see, like to what you said, cause it's sometimes, like Erica said, it's your level of discernment or understanding. Like you could easily feel like that, but somebody at the same age could possibly not understand or feel that way. And part of it might be selfishness, and they don't even know it. They don't know. It's just like I was married, and I always wanted my family. I wanted my family to stay together. I was the one that left. I left twice. I did not want to leave, but when I realized that the very things that I wanted to protect, I had one son at the time. The very thing that I wanted to protect him from, I was exposing him to. That's what really made me, because I had a very volatile extramarital relationship. I was just talking about that today. I don't remember too many good things. So, it's just, but they were too young to understand it. Now my youngest one that came um after we were already divorced, like now he still asks me questions like, Dad, why we don't all live together, or why you and mommy don't kiss, and things like that. And I can't tell him she has narcissistic personality disorder. Like most adults don't know what that is.
Right.
But it's just like I wanted my family, but it just was not healthy. It's not even healthy to co-parent.
Dang.
So it really
you have to come back and talk about that narcissistic personality.
Oh yeah, you can't get rid of that. Big Orange has narcissistic personality disorder. I'm real heavy into psychology and like, because I have clinical diagnoses, so I'm like really into like mental health and psychology and human behavior and stuff like that. So, but yeah, it shows up differently. But Big Orange definitely NPD all day long.
Yeah, I think
There's no cure for it.
The situation that I was in where I said I wanted to have a kid. I'm even down to a kid at this point, but I said I wanted to have a kid, and he was okay with me. He was okay with that, and then switching it up. It was a lot. It was a lot of things happening around that time, and once I had a good talk with one of my last sisters, who's in psychological health. She was like, "You were dealing with a narcissist." And it was the amount of drama he was willing to bring to my life. She said it sounded like he was a narcissist. And it was hard.
Was he light skinned?
No.
No, I think he was African.
He was.
Oh man. Though I don't want to be prejudiced, but I've been counting some Africans, men and women, and the ones that I encountered got some. Man, don't get me started. I ain't saying all of them, but because I haven't experienced all of them, but the ones that I've encountered.
Shout out to all our African listeners. We do have listeners in Africa. We had a gentleman on one. And we do have a demographic out there, but I will say,
oh, I'm sorry, I forgot.
It's all right, because I have said that I have tried.
Not all of them, just the ones that I encountered.
It's okay. Sorry, like okay. Let me see. So the comments have been popping all good. Rachel, you and Courtney have been saying some really good stuff. Children are healthy and happy when you have an environment that is healthy and happy. If their parents are not healthy and happy together, then it will negatively impact their children. Yes, it will. Courtney said, I have noticed a lot of friends' parents who were together when we were younger, and then once we got older, a lot of them got divorced. That is so true. So were they together for the kids? I believe so.
That's why I asked that question, because I wouldn't have wanted my parents if they were unhappy. I don't think that they were, but if they were, I wouldn't have wanted them to stay there. Now that's just me. If you ask my siblings, they might have wanted them to stay, but I wouldn't have wanted them to be selfish. If they wanted to be somewhere else, I would have wanted them to be happy wherever they wanted to be.
Yes.
And I didn't want to take on the responsibility of keeping my parents together too, because I feel like sometimes you don't mean to, but you put the responsibility on the kids when you do that. And
Yeah.
I'm just
That's the
here. I'm just a
motivation.
kid. I don't need another job already. Just being a kid. So
This is an elder child talking. And Manaya also
mhm.
says some people have never seen a healthy relationship. Now,
That's
yeah, I think
true.
we did address that. Hi, Harry.
That's true.
We
That's
did
very
talk about
subjective too.
it. Yeah, we did talk about it at dinner. Like depending on what you've seen, you wouldn't know. You wouldn't
You wouldn't
know.
know any better. You wouldn't know any better.
You wouldn't know. Okay. Listen, we cooking
Yeah,
with hot
I
grease.
always say this. Some people have been doing certain things for so long that they either think it's right or they don't know there's anything wrong with it.
Mm-hmm.
Because that and I think that it's
Mm.
important. I was just saying this earlier. It's very important because my last prospect, I was like, where are your friends? Like, when you got some solid people to hold you accountable, give you perspective, sometimes that can help sway, some of your behaviors or your thoughts or your perspective. And because I have people give me perspective all the time that I'm like, man, I ain't think about it like that. And they make me go back in the lab and think about some things. But I
Mm-hmm.
mean, like I need healthy men, like older men, and I
Mm-hmm.
get the perspective of women too. Women
Mm-hmm.
have helped cultivate who I am as a man as it regards to women. And I've had older guys help cultivate me
Absolutely.
as like older dudes. I was around like a lot of old hustlers, but they dropped some gems. And I think that that's important. Accountability and enrichment. Like we need those things. But if you just out here winging it on your own and you don't have some type of influence to
That's true.
say, let me think about this,
Yeah, that's true. That's true
that's
too.
why I always talk to women, and I'm like, unfortunately, there are a lot of women that I've encountered. I don't like making blanket statements that don't know how to regard men. And there are some men who don't know how to regard women. And I always tell them, like, respect is a big thing for men, but a lot of times they don't know how to respect a man or what that looks like or what it feels like. And some of the things that they say and do, I'm like, "Oh, you can't do that. That's
Yeah,
not
that's
cool."
true.
Or I just give them the male perspective, like, "Yo, you can't do that. Or that thing you did or what you just told me. Oh, if he was a dude, you would have got bopped upside your head for real." But because I
Yeah.
don't believe in violence against women, but I ain't saying
Okay.
I ain't never felt like it, but I ain't do it like ooh,
You were thinking
like
about it. You were thinking about it. Like I'm about to steal off. Okay. Well,
see,
I'm
that's why I
here
just think
for
I
it.
think dialogue is important.
Yeah.
I'm finished. What were you saying?
No, it's quite all right. Listen, I had to go into the we have so many episodes. I had to go in and make a little space because I saw this one was running up past the hour. I need to do some more clearing of our space. But I thank you for joining us tonight. And
Absolutely.
Yeah, I want to come back.
Rachel, you want to come? Oh yeah, you can come back.
I
So
want to
we
come back.
had two of our two of our hosts. They are living. Be the rich uncle. He's celebrating Thanksgiving weekend with his family, and then Johnny's is still getting her hair done. I wonder if she's watching. She would have been in the comments. Well, Rachel, she was talking to one of our other girlies in the comments. She said, Courtney, I find that in the Black community, especially in prior generations, everything was so hush hush and private, suffer in silence, and now those women and men have more supports now. Yeah, you're right. Because let me tell you
Yeah,
something.
she's definitely
First of
right.
all, yeah, I'm not suffering in no silence, and I'm not okay with my man having a family down the street. I will beat him in the middle of the street. Like, have you lost your mind?
You can't do that before anyway.
Yeah, I'll be like, have you lost your mind? Like, we are fighting in the street. Who is that down the street? Like, it was always like a new family around the corner down the street. It was but I will tell you, I feel like there was a tremendous amount of unity. I feel like there was the community stood together, worked together, helped one another. Now people are just trying to survive in their own little buckets versus being united.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this really quick as a potential topic of discussion.
All right.
And I'm not gonna say anything else.
All right.
Do you think or believe in married people residing in two different places?
I think it's tough. I think it's because what's her name?
Shirley Ralph.
Shirley Ralph. I saw that she does that with her husband, and she says it works. So I guess it depends on, you know.
And I mean, I know some people personally, but I just like getting other people's perspective. But you know.
Yeah, just bring some married questions because Johnny's on the show. She is married, and we never have been able to build a episode around her being the married one. She probably would eat all this up. She would probably shoot out her seat trying to answer this question. Okay.
Well, my answer today is I think that, yeah. Like I had a conversation with one of my other friends who just got married recently, and I was like, if I were to get married like tomorrow, I would, because of the way that I live now, I would need to. We would need to have our own spaces because I'm too set in comfort in my own space right now. I can't even think about, compromising to have another space with somebody or changing the way that I'm running my life right now for somebody else. So
yeah, I would love to be right there with my man. I'm not trying to live unless I'm like in the industry, like if something happens and I blow up and I gotta be, on the other side of the world or whatever. Okay, then I have to have, you know what I'm saying? I gotta have houses in different areas, but would I be okay with it? Like if I'm away from him 1 or 2 nights a week, okay, I gotta go to work and do my thing, but no, because at the end of the night, I want my feet rubbed and I want to be held. I don't want to shit. Like I'm not trying to sit up here and be on the FaceTime every night. Like
how many times I did offer to rub your feet? You don't want your.
Here we go.
You like foot massages.
And then both of y'all
like foot massages.
She does, and she does, but she's selective because she don't want you to have. First of all, if you massage her feet, she don't want your mouth open at all because if you say anything if you say anything about her feet, it's criticism. It's like I don't want you to massage them because you're gonna be talking shit about my feet. I just ask legitimate questions that anybody would ask, like. Oh, you've been on your feet all day, or
no, that's not what Kevin does. That's not what Kevin does. Kevin talks trash. Kevin
talks trash. On the foot massage.
Yeah, Kevin talks a lot of trash. That's all I'm saying. I ain't got time for Kevin.
Do I rub your feet? Do I rub your feet?
Yes. You have in the past. However, when you be like, come on, let me rub your feet. Next thing you know, you be like, what's going on with this heel? And you rub it like this.
That's
on now. Crazy.
See me, I'm gonna talk trash.
Ain't that what I said? Ain't that what I said? She don't want you to say anything.
See, I'm gonna talk trash and finish it.
She like rub my feet and don't say anything.
I'd be like, yeah, let me get this husk right here.
That's terrible. That's terrible. Okay, but no, Kevin.
No, I'm saying that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. I might not say it out loud, but I'm like, if I see a little discrepancy, I'm definitely going to correct it.
She want me to shut the hell up. She don't want me to say anything.
Kevin is not coming from a loving space. He's one of those friends that's going to be like,
that's funny though. What's up with this white stuff on your heel? That's funny.
I mean, I step away to go get a bandage. And she, what you trying to say?
God.
What you trying to say?
You see how you get down?
Mhm.
Ain't none of that shit
See,
happening.
that's like you need to
There you
make
go.
some time to swing by.
But okay, now look at Rachel going on.
I know a lot of people that do that though.
Might be cool with the same house with 2 master bedrooms. Now, let me tell you something, Rachel. What I am cool with is I want 1 master bedroom, but I want 2 master bathrooms, and I want 2 big closets separate.
You're not wrong with that. Because some women not good with bathrooms.
I just want my own bathroom.
Who you telling?
I want my own.
Man, let me tell you, I've encountered some nasty. You see them outside, you would never believe that they are nasty.
Yeah.
I just want my own bathroom.
Who pissed on the toilet seat?
Get out. No, we don't do that though. Peeing on the toilet seat and oh my gosh, that would be traumatic for me.
What I'm loving about this is
I
Erica
told
says
you.
she want 1 master bedroom, but what if he snores? So she's not hearing Rachel say the 2 master bedrooms because what if he snores?
And see, I know people that's like that. I have clients.
What if he need a CPAP machine? What if? But you love him though. You love him down.
It ain't just the dudes. It might be the wife that snores.
Oh yeah, I know some women with the CPAP. Yeah. So
Rachel,
but you still want the master bedroom together?
Excuse me, I am okay.
It's not always the most ideal. I'm sorry. What?
And if my husband needs a CPAP machine, then we gonna have to. And I heard they have advanced technology where it's not as loud. I'd rather him I'd rather him have a
Who
CPAP.
are you telling? Their impression that they got on their face when they wake up in the morning.
Pilots. They be looking like pilots. like you can ready fly a fighter jet.
But you know what? I'd rather deal with that than to deal with the full-on snore, like the very aggressive one. Me personally,
I don't know. Sometimes I think it'd be cool to be like, "What you doing? You want to come over my house tonight?" And she can just walk out the house and walk next door, like.
Damn.
I want to make it clear. I don't want to say that you don't necessarily have to live apart from the person, but if you have your own spaces, I feel like that's cool. Y'all can get a space together, but at this point, I just don't. I can't see myself tomorrow moving somebody else in here or moving into somebody else's. Like it's just not gonna happen. It's just not. Maybe we can work towards that in the future, but right now, it ain't gonna happen. It's not.
No, I want to share the bedroom with my husband, but bathroom, yeah, separate bathroom, closet, please.
You just look like you got a lot of clothes. I know you got a lot of clothes.
Daryl, don't even.
Let me tell you, Daryl. Let me tell you, Daryl. It ain't even the clothes. Let me tell you, the lotions alone, the creams, the
she got that whole body care section.
Yes. And most of the shit is expired anyway. But
excuse me, no, it's not most stuff. He bought me some stuff, and I have it on a thing in my room, and so he gonna say, "I bought you this last year," and I'm like, "Okay."
I like making stuff like that, so
don't get her no Lush stuff because the Lush stuff only lasts for like a couple of months. So I
don't keep the Lush stuff too long. Okay, I put that on the side of the tub. See, you want to talk so much trash. Thank you, Rachel. Thank you, Rachel. I have 3 closets.
Am I talking trash or am I telling the truth?
I'll be honest. Well, I still have a lot of clothes, but I got rid of somewhere. It's some flat homeless dudes walking around because I give away like a whole closet full of stuff.
Me too.
One of those.
I do need to give away some things.
Yeah, but I still have a lot of, like, I'm really into fashion. I love clothes, and I just love clothes and shoes.
Well, we'll bring you back for the marriage talk. So pin it there.
Mhm.
When we can get Johnny's on here. She's on here every week, but tonight she's getting her did. But I thank you so very much, Daryl, for coming on. I'll have to
Yeah, I
ping
appreciate
you
y'all
in
having me. I want
advance.
to be like an honorary guest or member or something. I don't know what you call it, but
Thanks for coming. I'm gonna get him together with some clothes too. You gotta give me your measurements. I send you some stuff.
you make clothes.
See, listen. So what we said on the beginning was we were
Like
talking
in
about
real life in the world.
Kevin's career. He didn't want to talk about his career because he said this is busy season. He's not making the clothes,
I don't make the clothes,
but it's whom he works for. So just stay right here when I get off the
Oh,
stream.
you
He'll
like a
tell you.
conduit. Got it.
So what did Rachel say? I am a teacher, so I love fashion. I think fashion is wonderful, but it's starting to become overwhelming because I got clothes everywhere. And I
Man,
have
like
to
I
figure
was
I have to
doing
figure it out.
everything.
Yeah, I gotta
you know
figure
what that is? That's probably gonna be another episode. It's about mastering the edit. Sometimes you just gotta edit your life, and you just gotta take some stuff out of it.
I have started.
Sometimes stuff is just sitting there and it's just taking up space. You just gotta edit it out.
I have started, and
As you know,
Rachel
hoarding is a form of anxiety,
said, I just
It
I
definitely is.
I
Listen,
love
and it stems from
clothes.
OCD. So it's
let me
like
tell you,
And I
let
OCD,
me tell you, let me tell you,
hoarding,
Darrell.
anxiety.
I feel like I inherited it because both of my parents, even though they will not admit to it, they both are low key some hoarders, and
Mhm.
I feel like I inherited it from them. So, but you know what it comes from? It comes from a scarcity mindset. Like that's why I be
Yeah,
buying this cereal
it's
because
comforting.
because you don't know when it's gonna. You feel like it might be all gone. So that's why I be buying all them damn cereals when they come because I don't know when the next time that they
Okay,
coming. So I just buy the whole end cap when I get up in there.
that's
But
funny.
it's a disorder. It's a disorder. I
Right.
gotta get out of it. But I'm gonna still buy the cereal for right
Mhm.
now because we in the
And
holiday
since I'm gonna
season.
be an honorary guest, technically my name is Daryl, but it's cool.
oh my gosh, Daryl. Yeah, we're gonna
But
bring you
I'm not
back.
offended enough, but
He said
Oh
it's
we
my
Daryl.
bad,
already
my bad. What I say,
Yeah,
Darrell,
cool
Daryl, my
though.
bad.
Yeah, I
Yes.
got suspended from school because of that one time.
Oh my gosh, not suspended from school, but we'll talk to Johnny's and see what we have it. See when we can have the marriage talk because I think we had somebody else we were talking to at homecoming one time, where we would address marriage, and she's the only one on the podcast who's married. So
Mm.
if people have marriage experience, this will be good. So, but I thank y'all for joining us on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. We have been on here almost 2 hours.
Oh wow, I didn't
Yes,
realize
it's been almost 2 hours, and I'm over here like, Chad, I'm hanging on to God's unchanging hand. But thank y'all so much for checking in on us tonight and hanging with us. And if you would like, you can always listen to us on all the podcast platforms. So check out episode 128, and I guess 129 is coming. It's the second half of The One Who Got Away. And let me tell you, Courtney could tell you in the comments, Maurice can too. It was off the chain last time.
The other second part will be live tonight.
Yes, it was crazy. But y'all have
it.
a
Cool.
wonderful evening, and we'll see y'all
I
next
don't even
week.
know how to hang up.
But no,
All right, good
you
night.
stay right there, Daryl. Stay right there.